everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning. There's a poll in the chat. The question is, which of those words is an adverb? While we wait for people to arrive, vote in the chat. Which of those is an adverb? I've just been lifting weights and my arms are shaking like crazy. Welcome one, welcome all. You have arrived to the Party English Learning Channel. This is a channel where we prioritize fun. So smash that like button. Invite all of your English learning friends. And let's get ready to learn about adverb-adjective combinations in British English. Hello there. So, I am ending the poll and we have a disappointing result. 55% of you are correct. Absolutely is an adverb. Likely has the suffix ly, ly. However, likely is not an adverb. Likely is an adjective. It's one of the few words in English which ends in ly, which is not an adverb. Likely is a synonym for probably. No. Probable. It's a synonym for probable, not probably. And that's the point. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Ashley Chen. Good to see you. Hello, Mirahmad Hakimi. Hello, Nipa Begum. Hello, Pallavi. Hello, Dr. Archu. Hello, Pure Care. Hello, Julia Khatar. And hello, Zoya Artamanova. Thank you, everyone. It's good to see you all. So today we are talking about adverb-adjective combinations. We're going to learn some adverb-adjective combinations. In English, we use these a lot. They sound much better than using and just adjective. So if you say, it's absolutely brilliant, that sounds better than it's brilliant. So adverb-adjective combinations are fantastic. They are a good example of strong collocations. Collocations are when two words go together well. We're going to learn the pronunciation. We're going to discuss some questions with them. And you are going to practice making some questions of your own for other students in the chat. And then it's party time, question time. Now, I want to start, based on the poll, by saying what is an adjective and what is an adverb, because it seems we have a problem with this. So, an adjective is a word to describe a noun, basically. Okay, so for example, an adjective could be big. We could say, the cat is big. or it's a big cat. So there's our adjectives. This is how we use adjectives. And then adverbs are more complicated. So the traditional definition of an adverb is a word to change a verb, which is not very helpful because lots of words can change verbs. And actually, adverbs sometimes are known as a word which does not fit into another category. So adverbs are kind of the magical words of English. The traditional adverbs are the ones we're going to look at today, and adverbs can be used to combine with an adjective. To alter the meaning of the adjective. Okay? So we're looking at adverbs today such as really, absolutely, totally, utterly, etc. Notice adverbs often end in y, ly. They have the suffix ly. Hello there, Daisy Lee. Hello, Shima Nadar. Hello, Ashley Chen. Who haven't I said hello to? Manuel Gordillo. Hola, ¿qué tal? You can see my arms are shaking from lifting weights. Like my hands are literally like... Okay, let's move on. So you can see here, I have a list of lovely adverb-adjective combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures. Can you match the pictures to the adverb-adjective combinations? Match the pictures to the phrases in the chat, please. Pure Care, cordially. Let's see, he cordially invited me. It was cordially receptive. Yes, cordially is an adverb. Utterly. Utterly means the same as totally and absolutely. The only difference is how we use it. So we say absolutely fantastic, but we say like utterly great. Absolutely great? Utterly fantastic? It's okay. So a lot of, whether you use utterly, absolutely, totally, much of the time it depends on the collocation. It can also depend on wanting to have a variety of words, wanting to use a variety of words to make your English sound better. Oh, that's bad. That's terrible to hear, Manuel. Are you okay? Exceptionally talented, number 4. That's correct. Does it work like that, Nipa? Yes, number 4. You are correct. Julia, simply marvellous, number 1. Yes, that's right. 3, rather quaint. Rather quaint, that's right. Bill Boy, hi. Hello, Bill. Exceptionally talented, Dr. Archu there, number 4. A rather quaint village. So we have a great collocation there. A rather quaint village. That's very strong collocation. People often call these old, quirky villages quaint. Oh, this village is so quaint. It's like old, unusual, but lovely and charming and nice. Yeah, so for clarification here, number 4, exceptionally talented, rather quaint village, terribly late, and simply marvellous. Do you like these collocations? All right, so now I'm going to show you some more of these phrases, and I want you to match the phrase to the definitions. For example, we have profoundly moving. Moving here actually talks about emotional feeling. So, for example, we have 1D, profoundly moving, something which causes deep emotion. Something which causes deep emotion. Profoundly means deep, so it's a way of saying strong. So profoundly moving means it really causes a lot of emotion. That can be like love or sadness or something like that. Maybe you want to cry because you're so happy. That means it's profoundly moving. So you can match the other ones there in the chat. Moving is touching or poignant. Nice. I love the word poignant. Poignant. Manuel says, I'm totally knackered after running a half marathon this morning. Very good. Oh, maybe Manuel before when he talked about a crash, he was using badly damaged as an adverb-adjective collocation. And we have there knackered, means very tired. Yes, and we use that a lot actually in British English. I'm absolutely knackered. I am absolutely knackered, or totally knackered. I'm totally knackered. I'm waiting for my coffee to cool down. I desperately need it. I desperately need my coffee. My hands are still shaking. It's profoundly moving when I meet my friends. It's profoundly moving. The event, the meeting is profoundly moving. So it's profoundly moving. I am profoundly moved. I'm profoundly moved when I meet my friends. That's not quite right, Manuel. It was my teacher who massively overrated my English knowledge. It was my teacher. That's not usually how we use massively overrated, but it's not bad. We often talk about massively overrated when, for example, journalists and critics are talking about a film, saying how great that film is, and then we go to see the film and it sucks. And we say, well, it's massively overrated. So Julia's had a real good go there. I think she's had a go with everything. And it's looking quite good. Quite good. I'll just give you another 30 seconds to finish and then I'll give you the answers. So have a go there in chat. Type your answers in chat there. And welcome if you're new. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. This is the fun English channel. This is where we learn languages and have fun. And we learn real English here. Real English, all right? That's how we do it. Massively overrated means contrary to popular belief or opinion. Yeah, it can be. Pallavi says, I won't be able to join because my internet connection is very bad. Pallavi, that sucks. Can you try, Pallavi, you can try putting the quality of the YouTube video lower. That might help. Also, you can try pressing pause, wait about 30 seconds, and then press play. That could work. Thank you, Shimi Nadar, and thank you, Dr. Archu. And Renit. Hello, Renit. Bonjour. How are you? And thank you for trying there. Let's see what we've got. So we got 1D, totally knackered. 2C, extremely tired. Rather quaint. 3 is old, outdated, unusual, but lovely. Terribly late is the opposite of ridiculously early. Exceptionally talented is, of course, very, very, very skilled. Blatantly obvious means it's more difficult to miss than to see. In other words, you can't miss it. It's blatantly obvious. You can't miss it. It's right there in front of your eyes. It's blatantly obvious. And then finally, massively overrated. Some people say it's great, but it's awful. Some people say it's great, but it is awful. How's that? Is that good for you? Oh, sweet coffee. Having that sweet, sweet coffee, and it tastes good. Any questions about the collocations and phrases that I have on the board there? I want to look next at pronunciation. I want to look next at pronunciation. Don't get scared at the next slide. In fact, let me just get rid of that for a second and do this. Okay. So here you can see some sounds in English. Maybe you know these sounds, maybe you don't. I'm going to just go through the sounds first. Go through these sounds first. And then we'll practice the pronunciation of the words. So the first one we have here is, and if you are alone, you can say these out loud with me. So listen and say. The first one is ow. Notice ow. Not ow. Not ow, but ow. Ow. Like when you, ow, right? I touch my hot coffee, ow, ow, ow. And this would be in words like now, cow, house. Okay? Then the next one we have is oh. Not oh, but oh, 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 so, slow, flow. Oh, phone, home. Oh. Okay, the next we have a. A. Again, it is not a, but a. 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 We have say, slay, however you spell slay. Play, a. Okay, so these are the combination sounds here. Ow, oh, a. Now I'll quickly go through the single sounds. We have it, oo, a, ah, o. So rich, shoe, head, cat, car, not. Okay? Any questions about the sounds? Ow, the sounds. Ow, sounds. You have 10 seconds to ask a question. Bill Boy says, hello, sir. I'm new here. Hello to you, Bill Boy. How are you doing? Are you learning English? What's your level? You're from Asia, are you? Make sure you hit subscribe and smash that like button. We love new people here. Don't we, everyone? We love new people. Say you love new people. Boy, oi. We don't have oi. Oi is a different sound. Can you say car? Yes, I can. Car. I can give you some others as well. Far. Star. Notice we often have the R. Last chance for questions about pronunciation. Bizarre. Nice one. Zoya. Bizarre. Bizarre means strange or weird. Last one I don't understand. Not. Forgot. A lot. Hot. Oh, right at the back. Oh, oh. It's right here. Oh, 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 oh. Not. The fourth one, what, I? You mean I, Pallavi? I? Rich. Rich. I. Sit. I. It's a short sound. I. Rich. Sit. Little. Little. Short sound. I. Notice it's different to E. Right? Like we have reach and rich. Reach. That's that sound. E. I. Okay, let's continue. So now you can see I have here the adverb-adjective combinations from before, like profoundly moving, and I have underlined some of the letters. I want you to tell me what sounds are used for those parts of the words. For example, with number 1, we have profoundly moving, right? Profoundly moving, which is A and E. Or we can go profoundly moving. Ow, ooh. Profoundly moving. All right? So let's try the next one together. Number 2. Which sounds would you choose for number 2? You have to choose 2 sounds from A to I. Write your answers in the chat. I'm not going to say it yet. You have 1 minute to write your answers in the chat. Manuel, you're saying a lot of interesting things. Try to focus on the exercise. So Anawat says B and G. Pure Kerr says H and G. H and G? That would be R, so it would be tartally knackered. Is it tartally? Tartally? I and A. O. Tot. Totally. Is that right, Mir Ahmad? Totally. So Zoya and Anawat have this. It's O. O. Say it. O. Look at my mouth, how it moves. O. O. Ah. O. Ah. Totally knackered. Totally knackered. Oh, ah. Oh, ah. Totally knackered. Totally knackered. Oh, ah. Totally knackered. Great. Okay, let's move on. I'll give you these 2 now. Yes, Manuel is a stream of consciousness. That's his speciality. He's the stream of consciousness master. For anyone new here, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe. It's really important to us, and we welcome you aboard. We are currently matching pronunciation sounds to adverb-adjective combinations. And we've got some good answers coming in. Well done, Zoya, Anawat, Pure Care. Mir Ahmad, I appreciate the attempt because you're being brave and choosing a new option. I don't need to hear you, Pallavi. You can hear yourself. And the way to do it is listen to me say it, and then wait and replay the sound in your head. Then try to say it, and you will notice the difference. But you need to pause. So listen, pause, replay in your head, say. So for number 3, well done. Well done to those who got it right. Well done. It's R-A. Rather quaint. Rather quaint. R-A. Rather quaint. R-A. Rather quaint. For number 4, we have A. Terribly late. Terribly late. A. Terribly late. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. Welcome to the new watchers. We are learning adverb-adjective combinations. Right now, we're looking at pronunciation. Okay, and here's the last ones. So, well done to Zoya Anawat. You seem to be very good at this. Very good. Can I ask, Zoya and Anawat, do you use the phonemic chart to learn? Because you seem to be very good at the sounds. Seem to be very good at the sounds. Anawat says, yes, I do. That's not surprising. You're very good with these sounds. And it's useful because it helps you to know the difference if you know the chart. So we have a few answers for number 5, but no one's got it. Oh, yes. Zoya's got it. Well done, Zoya. And Anawat, of course. Yes, the answer is a. E, a. E, a. E, a. Exceptionally talented. Exceptionally talented. Exceptionally talented. Exceptionally talented. When you have a lot of syllables, it's helpful to clap the strong syllable. Exceptionally talented. Exceptionally talented. Exceptionally talented. Notice, we don't really mind about the quality of unstressed syllables. So, exceptionally. So, shilly. Exceptionally talented. The important part is sept-tal. Exceptionally talented. Okay, number 6, we have A-o. Blatantly obvious. Blatantly obvious. Then we've got A-o. Massively overrated. Massively overrated. Ooh, I got the word stress wrong. The word stress is actually A. Massively overrated. Massively overrated. Well done. Remember, teachers are not gods. And then we have I-R. I-R. Simply marvellous. Excuse me? Excuse me. Simply marvellous. Simply marvellous. Does anyone have any questions? You have 30 seconds. Any questions? Thank you, Manuel. Yes, I can absolutely tell you how I access the IPA. I use a website called Type It IPA, which is a free website which has the phonemic symbols. And any symbols it doesn't have in English are just the symbols on your keyboard. There are other ways to access the phonemic charts to type, which are probably better and quicker, but I've used Type It IPA for like 15 years. What's the most difficult sound? So Pallavi, the most difficult sound depends on your language. It very much depends on your L1. L1 is your native language. However, I would say in general, a lot of people find this sound difficult, which is oh, right? Because there's a similar sound in many languages, which is oh, oh. Now, in English, we do not have the sound oh, okay? That sound doesn't exist in English. The phonemic is that oh, oh. You have that sound in, for example, Spanish, right? Hola, oh, hola. Right? We don't have that sound in English. In English, the sound is oh, and it's different. Oh, 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 oh. So the tongue is further back in English. Oh, oh. Not oh, but ah, ah, ah. Right? Ah, right at the back. So yeah, oh, that's a tricky one. And then also, in general, the diphthongs here, the double sounds can be difficult. The main thing with them is the first sound should be longer. So it's ow, oh, a. That's the main thing. The first sound should be longer. Ow, now, oh, home, a, hey. Yeah, Anuat, it is slightly different. The main difference, obviously, with American English is the and also with this sound on the charts here, they say So we say bird, and they say bird. Bird, British, bird. American, bird. British, teacher. American, teacher. It's the main difference, right? Right. So, here I have 5 questions. 5 questions. I'd like you to type your answers in the chat. You can choose to answer any question you want, but please type the number. Will you type the number of the question? Yes, you will. Type the number. So look at the questions, type your answer, and type the number of the question, please. So then we can see. We can see, right? Blur, blur, stir. Yeah, Zoya, that's right. Blur, Yeah, Lookman, I like many accents. I think accents are really interesting. And, you know, what is an American accent? Because there's lots of American accents. There's East Coast, West Coast, Texan, Bible Belt, Mid-Country, you know. Like British English, there's many accents. There's lots of accents. Anawat, can you expand on your answer? So not just October sky, but say something about it. Like October sky because... because maybe someone else in chat can respond to that and say, oh yeah, October Sky, I love that part as well. The function of this activity is to have some interaction with other students in the chat, and having that communicative interaction actually helps you to remember this vocabulary. This is the rationale for a type of teaching called communicative language teaching, CLT. And communicative language teaching has been the #1 method for teaching languages since the 1990s. CLT. So let me correct you there, Manuel. It was the film Philadelphia that I found profoundly moving. It was the film I misspelled Philadelphia, sorry. It was the film Philadelphia that I found profoundly moving. Remember, Manuel, please put the number of the question that you're answering. Yes, Shimi, that's okay. But the question for you, Shimi, is, what films do you know that are profoundly moving? Can you answer that question? Start by typing 1 and then put your answer. So for me, the film Godfather was profoundly moving because So Julia Hatar says, it seems to me that Forrest Gump is profoundly moving and thought-provoking. Very good answer from Julia, and I have to agree, actually. When I first watched Forrest Gump, I cried. So, yeah, I'd say it's profoundly moving. Very good film. Tom Hanks is great. And it's funny as well. Funny and profoundly moving. Thought-provoking. That's a good one, too. That's actually That's a complex noun which has been joined together from a kind of verb and noun combination. And those are also great. Those are also great words to learn to improve your English. Thought-provoking. Manuel says, I freely admit that Garaccio town is rather quaint. Well, we'll see about that. Let's have a look. Oh, is it quaint? Looks kind of fancy to me. This is Garaccio town on behalf of Manuel Gordillo. It says it's rather quaint. I guess, yeah, it's kind of quaint. It's kind of fancy also. Like, look at that architecture. It doesn't look that old-fashioned to me. Alexander says, I think the series Sopranos is profoundly moving. Pallavi says, I'm not understanding anything. What's happening? So, Pallavi, there are 5 questions on the screen. I want you to answer the questions. For example, question 2. Pallavi, when was the last time you felt totally knackered? Remember, totally knackered is very, very tired. Now, you type in chat 2, and then tell me about that time when you felt totally knackered. Ashley Chen says, number 1, I saw the movie called Interstellar. It's profoundly moving. The soundtrack is famous too. Yeah, I've only watched Interstellar once, but I should watch it again. I think I didn't like the ending, but I did like the film in general. Remember to type the number of the question you're answering, otherwise it's difficult to know what you're answering. So we have an answer from our Cyrillic friend who says, I went on my daily walk this morning. I've been trying to shift the extra weight I've put on over the last few months. By the time I got home, I was totally knackered. That's question 2. Pure Kerr describes someone who's exceptionally talented. Pure Kerr says, I'd say Ronaldo, because no one could defeat his popularity. I think that's a controversial statement, Pure Kerr. He is exceptionally talented, actually. But he's also a controversial character. Tatiana says, I feel totally knackered now. What time is it for you, Tatiana? Mr. BC, who says, thanks for reading out my post. Can you tell me, how do I say your name in English? Because I can't read the Cyrillic alphabet. Zoya, talking about number 5, says, recently I saw a girl on America's Got Talent. She sang beautifully without moving her lips. And for me, that was mind-blowing. Yeah, I mean, I really dislike those shows, but they have a lot of very talented people on them. It's true. I really dislike the shows because of the commentators. You know, the panel. Something about it I don't like. But the people who go on the show, I really appreciate their talent. And I discovered the sisters who train cats. Really interesting. I've been trying to do it with my cats, but it's difficult. Let's have a go. Ginger. Ginger, come on. Come on, Gingy Pingy. Ginger, come here. Ginger. Come on, Gingy. Ginger. Ginger. Ginger, come on. Here you go, Ginger. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ginger. Yes, he did it. Well done, Gingy. He's a clever boy. He's a clever boy, isn't he? Took his time, though, didn't he? Come on, Gingy. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Pepper is being lazy. Pepper. Pepper. She's asleep. Pepper. Pepper. No. Ginger's always the more active one. So let's see what else we got. Manuel, talking about number 5, says, it's my humble opinion that it was my mother that was exceptionally talented. She was able to... I'm not quite sure what you're talking about after that, but great. It's a nice comment. Pallavi, number 2, well done. I felt totally knackered when I came home after college on the last day. By on the last day, do you mean yesterday? Because we don't really call the last day yesterday. When you say on the last day, it sounds like you mean the last day of college. Number 4, terribly late. Dr. Archu says, in my zoology class, I arrived terribly late because I was unable to wake up at the right time. Ginger is the more obedient cat. Is that right? Yeah, he is. It's not so much about obedient, though. He's more active and he's less timid. Pepper's shy. She's shy. She's lovely. She's lovely, though. Pepper has the softer fur. Like Ginger has very nice soft fur. But Pepper has very soft fur. And she's very small. She's a small cat. And places that are rather quaint. We have an example here from Julia Khatar, who says Bagan, which is the northern part of Myanmar. Let's have a look. I've never been to Myanmar. Oh, wow. Look at this. Is that quaint? Whew. It looks so grandiose. It looks so spectacular. I don't know if I can call it quaint. It's too marvelous. Quaint also has this idea of being, kind of small and, oh, how quaint. Not like, oh, wow, look at that temple. Yeah. Maybe the people are quaint. The people who live there might be quaint. Did Vitali, is that your name, is it? Vitali. Hello, Vitali. I'll try to remember that. Vitali. Vitali. I had one of my best friends is called Vasily. So I should be able to remember Vitali, even though it's not that similar. Vasily, Vitali. Right. Thank you for the interaction, everyone. We got some really great comments there. Anawat did an Ironman triathlon and felt absolutely knackered. Yes, I imagine so. Right. So I'm going to give you the opportunity now to make a question for other learners. For example, using profoundly moving, you could say, have you ever been somewhere profoundly moving? Please answer the questions from other learners. So we are making questions and answering questions. All right? This could get complicated. So you may need to use the names of the learners, right? For example, I say, that. Have you ever been somewhere profoundly moving? And then I say, Rich, yes, I have. Rich, yes, I have. It was the Siem Reap in Cambodia. The Angkor Wat was just so spiritual and epic. It moved me profoundly. So you see, I ask a question, and then to answer a question, you should use the name of the learner in chat. And this is a great opportunity for me to tell everyone that we have an English learning community on Skype. And English, it's not for calls, not for video, not for audio. It's just a chat. So don't worry if you feel shy. It's just an English learners message chat. Feel free to join that. That's our lovely community there. If you have Skype, that works really well. So it's best if you download Skype for that. So Manuel, the idea here is to make questions. You there have made a statement, which is lovely. But how about making a question for another student? Interaction. Rennet says, players of Manchester City were exceptionally talented against Real Madrid. Yes, perhaps they displayed their exceptional talent against Real Madrid. Thank you, Dr. Archu. I don't like to waste anybody's time. So yes, I type quite fast. Come on, everybody. I want some questions. Post a question, please, using the words. Post a question for other students. What do you want to ask the other students? Zoya, that's a good one. Anawat, how did you train for something so bloody brilliant? It might be better to say, how did you train for something like that to be so bloody brilliant? Because it makes more sense to say that Anawat was bloody brilliant when doing the Ironman triathlon. Pallavi says, do you like cricket or football? Interesting question, Pallavi. Can you use the language to make that question? Can you use the adverb-adjective combinations to make a question, please? When was the last time you found yourself totally knackered, says Shimi? Shimi, for me it was Thursday night when I was last totally knackered. It's the end of my working week at the academic institution where I work, and I was truly drained by 6 p.m. Amir Ahmad says, have you ever been terribly late on an Oxford Online class, Rich? No, not really. I think once I was late by 5 minutes. I'm not late very often. Although, as one of my students knows, and a member of our community, as Mai knows, sometimes I do miss classes, as I missed her class today. Oops. It happens. I had a problem with my alarm, and I guess I was just tired. Embarrassing, I have to say. Luckily, Mai has been a student of mine for 3 years now, more or less, so she is quite understanding. Thank you, Mai. So, Pallavi, I think you don't quite understand the meaning of profoundly moving. Profoundly moving doesn't mean movement. It means emotion. So perhaps a better question for profoundly moving would be, do you find making YouTube videos profoundly moving? Or how about watching? Prof. Rich. So something like that, right? Profoundly moving is not movement. It's emotion. Emotionally moving. So Super Beaver, that's a nice attempt. I'm going to just correct that, right? So you would actually say, have you ever? Have you ever? Have you ever? Right? Have you ever watched a massively overrated movie? Rather than do you watch? Because do you watch is like every day or every week. Like every day do you watch a massively overrated movie? Donk. No, we're going to say have you ever? Have you ever watched a massively overrated movie? Do you use Skype for English classes, Rich? I normally use Zoom, but I use Skype when there's a problem. So, for example, Mr. Gordillo has problems with Zoom. So for our class, we use Skype. But I do prefer Zoom because the screen sharing feature of Zoom is better. Are Shakespeare's plays profoundly moving to you? If yes, why? Interesting question, Shimi. Rich, do you like zombie movies? Sometimes. I quite like Shaun of the Dead. I quite like Dawn of the Dead. What other zombie movies do I like? I've seen some good ones. I don't really watch them twice though. Can war be profoundly moving? I think stories of heroism and bravery can be profoundly moving, Zoya. Well, I tell you what, Vitaly, is that right, Vitaly? I would love to move to a quaint and remote village. I would love it. Civilization, man. I think it's the beauty of life, really. And I don't understand why people want to live in cities. Personally. Oh my God, I would just love to have a house in a village. That's beautiful. It's probably not going to happen though, because house prices are insane. House prices are absolutely insane. Manuel says, yes, it was Avatar, directed by is it James Cameron, that I found massively overrated. Yeah, it is. It is overrated. And Avatar 2 is just rubbish. Oh, the picture of Grazio. Yeah, of course. That's right? That's Grazio in Tenerife. Boring not? What do you mean? I'm lost, Zoya. Goodbye, England Rose, a profoundly moving song that I ever heard. So, Pure Kerr, you need a most in there. Goodbye, England Rose is the most profoundly moving song I ever heard. Because you can't say it's and then ever, because ever means like the most, right? So we've got to say, Goodbye England Rose is the most profoundly moving song I ever heard. Otherwise, very good. Bloody brilliant. Well, bloody brilliant means just really great. Anawat says, this channel is massively underrated. It deserves 1 million subscribers. Thank you, Anawat. I very much appreciate that. I do my best. And I will keep doing my best. We have been trying to bring back this channel now for about 2.5 years. And I appreciate the people who have stuck with me in that time. And things are moving. And we'll keep going. YouTube will pick us up. But what I need genuine English learners who to watch, right? I'll tell you a story, right? When I came back to try to resurrect my channel in 2020, the start of 2020, I decided to start making videos again. I made a big mistake, which is that I tried to use advertisements to bring people in. So I advertised on Facebook and I advertised on Google. And YouTube now, in the past it worked, but now YouTube punishes that. So if you advertise your channel and bring in people with an advertisement, then YouTube kills your channel. And that happened. And the channel was already dead, right? But then YouTube said, whoa, advertisement, no, kill it. The reason is because people exploited that. So people exploited that to try and create channels quickly. And so YouTube decided, no, you can't do that. You must get natural. You need to naturally get organic viewers. And it's taken like 2 years of work to basically get the channel back to here. But I'm enjoying this now. It's nice. It feels like a real class. I have learners there in class, and it's good. It's good to have a stream where things happen, you know. I'm a teacher. I like teaching. I love teaching, and I think that's obvious. Yeah, like and comment is good, Alexander. You know the main thing, though, is watch time. So watch the video and don't click off. And if you click off, click onto another Prof. Rich video. That's the big thing. It's watch time. But I don't want to tell you to do that synthetically. We need that to happen organically. So organically, someone comes, watches a video, watches lots of it, and then watches another video. And YouTube loves that. Also, if you're someone who watches other English learning channels, that helps too. Because then YouTube says, you are English learner. English learners like this channel. Blatantly obvious means elephant in the room. Well, that's a nice suggestion there, Ashley Chen. So elephant in the room is the blatantly obvious thing which everyone is ignoring. The elephant in the room is the blatantly obvious thing which everyone is ignoring. That's the elephant in the room. Nice question, Ibrahim. My answer to that is no. I do not consider myself exceptionally talented. I consider myself quite passionate and quite talented. Let's put it like that, but not exceptionally talented. I consider... What teachers do I consider exceptionally talented? I consider Michelle Thomas to be exceptionally talented. Or I consider that he was exceptionally talented. He's dead now. Michelle Thomas. You'd better reschedule the stream time. One of the biggest IELTS channels has started 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I know what you mean, Alexander, but we don't actually need more live viewers. So we have 34 watching now. That's okay. We don't need more. What I need is for new viewers and other viewers to watch the stream afterwards. We have enough people live now to have a real interaction. I don't need more than that. So it's okay. I don't mind going up against him. I know he's quite good. All right, it's fine. But I don't mind. I know this is a good time for a lot of my students, and I am hesitant to keep changing the time. Zoya says, have you had any exceptionally talented students? Well, Zoya, yes, I have, actually. I have. And it's so much fun as a teacher to have exceptionally talented students. Yes, it is. And it's amazing, especially when they are exceptionally talented and hardworking, because then you have someone who's going to go on and change the world. And I think it's a privilege as a teacher to know that some of your students will go on and change the world. That's right, Pure Care. That happens. Oh, Alexander, you're bringing me into controversial politics. Right. I'm an English teacher. I'm about to give a personal opinion. I do not ask you to trust or believe this opinion. It's my personal opinion. It is not my professional assessment as an English teacher. It's simply my personal opinion. If you don't agree with this opinion, there's no problem. That's absolutely fine. It's just a personal opinion, and I hope that no one takes offense. My personal opinion is Rishi Sunak is the worst prime minister that we've had since Gordon Brown. Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe worse than Gordon Brown. I mean, at least Gordon Brown tried, I think genuinely tried to help people, even though he had problems with competency. The issue with Rishi Sunak is he's very competent, but he doesn't want to help people. Not the people of the country, anyway. So there's my controversial personal political opinion about Rishi. All right, everybody. So we're moving on now to general English questions. Do you have any questions about learning English? If so, please type those questions in the chat and I will do my best to help you. You can now download what's the name? You can download the notes from this class. Just give me a moment because I think I didn't make those public yet. So I need to make them public. Yes. Okay, yeah, so you can download the notes now. They are now live. Is he even worse than Liz Truss? Alexander, Liz Truss was good. They killed her. I don't mean really killed her, but they didn't want her. And when I say they, who do you think I mean? Because I don't mean the public. So who do I mean with they? Think about it. They didn't like her at all. And then with the next leadership election, no one opposed Rishi. So no one voted for Rishi. He got in because no one stood against him. That's worrying. But hey ho, that is life and politics, and what can you do? Ibrahim, what do you think about Brexit? You guys just want to get me in trouble. I think that Brexit has been executed extremely poorly. That's what I'll say about Brexit. Brexit has been executed extremely poorly. I think that the people who voted for Brexit are very disappointed with how it has been executed. And I think the people who voted against Brexit have been extremely disappointed with how it's been executed. But ultimately, I think that Brexit has made almost no difference to our economy or country. It has mainly affected the ability of individuals to work in other countries, which is annoying for me, especially. I'm a language teacher. I like working in Europe, and now it's very difficult. So that's annoying. But okay, there's many issues, many difficult issues with Brexit. Last chance for questions, folks. I want to get on with my weekend. Kick back, relax. And just to let you know, It's very unlikely that I will have a stream next week, although I might consider streaming on Sunday. Shall we have a vote? Let's have a vote. So I can't stream on Saturday next week. Should I stream on Sunday? If so, what time? BST. 1 hour earlier, same time as today, or 1 hour later. Manchester City win Real. That's incorrect English. Where did you read that? You can't use win like that. The verb to use is beat. And the reason they use present tense is headlines, articles. Article headlines. So headlines and titles often use present simple, even for recent past events. Well, don't worry, Dr. Archu, because it seems that 2 p.m., the same time as today, is, in fact, the popular one. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great fun, and I really hope that today's lesson was useful for you. Check out the notes to help revise those ideas. Adverb-adjective combinations are just a great way of improving your English and sounding excellent. So, I have been Professor Rich, also known as Teacher Rich. It's Saturday. Have yourself a coffee if it's the morning. If it's getting late, maybe have yourself a glass of water and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I sincerely hope you do. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. Any friends you have who are learning English, see if they like the channel. Maybe they'll come along. And it looks like I will be here next week on Sunday. I will be here on Sunday, same time as today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. 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 Let's have some music. All the best. Have a lovely time. Have a lovely week. A sigh of relief, folks. I would also like to say, sometimes life is very difficult. Sometimes life throws difficulties at you, and those things can be very challenging. And this is when it's important to have communities and people you can speak to, and language is part of that, about communicating with other people, reaching out and having support. Not only having support, but giving support as well, because when you go through difficult times, it makes you appreciate when someone else also is going through a difficult time. And so, after facing a difficulty, we can better provide support and appreciation to other people. So, yeah. For anyone who's having some problems or going through difficult times, my heart goes out to you. And do know that we have some lovely members of our community here already, really respectful and nice people. And I fully intend to keep it that way. Thank you very much. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and have a lovely week. How much do I have to say that? I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Oh, by the way, feel free to comment down below any suggestions you have for future live streams. Bye-bye, everyone.